Good evening, I'm Brady Gallagher. Coming up in the newscast, a Kutztown bar pays $1 million to settle a lawsuit, and a new Reading City Council president has been elected.
And I'm Steve Majuri with an update on women's soccer and an update on KU wrestling. We also have Kyle Ashenfelder with your Kutztown weather forecast and Haley Bianco with your Hollywood Minute. Newsbreak begins now.
A local Kutztown bar has paid $1 million to settle a lawsuit by the families of victims involved in a fatal crash in Bethlehem Township. Shorty's Bar on West Main Street made the contribution this past Tuesday, bringing the total paid by businesses that had a role in the crash to $12.7 million. Anthony Bruno, who drank at Shorty's and other places before the incident, had a blood alcohol content of 0.23%, almost 3 times the legal limit, when he crashed his truck into a sedan around midnight at January 28, 2010. The crash killed 3 people, 2 from New Jersey and 1 from Bethlehem. Bruno is currently serving 7.5 to 18 years in state prison. Attorney Kevin Marciano says that the settlement on this lawsuit is one of the largest drunken driving settlements in Pennsylvania history. The Reading City Council has appointed a new president this week. Francis Acosta was elected this past Tuesday to serve his first full term, beating out Republican Vincent Rosada by an overwhelming 70% of the votes. Acosta is the first Latino to serve as president in 2012 when Vaughn Spencer resigned and later became mayor. A program called Heads vs. Feds was held last night at 7 p.m. in the Schaefer Auditorium. The event, featuring a debate on the legalization of marijuana, has been called the best program we've ever had by schools all over the country. The debate featured Steve Hager, an editor of High Times magazine, debating with DEA veteran Robert Stutman about the issues surrounding marijuana legalization. The event was interactive and welcomed questions from students and others in attendance. The new chancellor of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education is coming to Kutztown next Tuesday. On November 12th, PASSHE Chancellor Frank Brogren is scheduled to host an open forum for students and answer questions during a press conference. The event will be held at 11:15 a.m. in room 201 of the Academic Forum and in room 183 of the McFarland Student Union at 12:45 p.m. Now let's head over to Haley Bianco for this week's edition of Hollywood Minute.
Hey guys, Haley here with your Hollywood Minute. The biggest celebrity buzz right now is that Pauly D recently learned he was a dad. On Wednesday, November 6th, the Jersey Shore star met his 5-month-old baby for the first time. Pauly D and his baby mama, Amanda Markert, have worked out a temporary truce as they continue their custody battle. Pauly D is fighting for full custody of baby Amabella because he claims the mom is just using the baby for fame and money. In other celebrity news, did you know spray painting graffiti was illegal? Because Justin Bieber claims he didn't know that. The Biebs was caught red-handed as he spray painted a building in Brazil. In Brazil, defacing a building is a crime punishable up to a year in prison. But Jay Biebs thinks he can get away by pleading ignorance. However, this isn't the first time Justin's been caught in the act. Last week, Bieber was caught spray painting Free Breezy on a wall in Colombia, South America. That's all I have for you in this week's Hollywood Minute. Now back to Steve and Brady at the desk.
I know it's illegal. I know you know it's illegal. So why in the world does Justin think that he can get away with that?
I can't blame the guy. You know, I'm in the same boat. Free Breezy. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Steve. Back with more Newsbreak after this.
Mic check. Airing Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and Fridays at 1 p.m.
Be sure to tune in Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. to catch co-hosts Devin Raventoss and Eddie Rishid as they travel around the Berks County and Lehigh Valley area, exploring some great places to visit. Camera One re-airs Wednesdays at 7:30 and Fridays at 12:30. Don't miss it!
It's getting closer to that time of year, and I heard that there's a little snow in our future.
There's no way that's happening, Brady.
I see what you did there.
Very observant. Kyle, did you get it?
Oh, Steve, I just love you and your clever puns. It's so great. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of snow going into next week, but honestly, you're going to have to be a little bit patient because we're still in this transitional period where it's still warm out and it's November. It's a little strange. Like I said last week, Mother Nature just can't make up her mind. But let's start with today. We had a high of 55. It's pretty warm out for November, but we had a little bit of rain today, and we also have a 20% chance of precipitation for the rest of the night. So get your umbrella if you're going to be outside because you will get wet. Tonight we have a low of 31 degrees, and we will have partly cloudy skies. So if you want to go stargazing or check out the moon, well, you might want to time it right. Tomorrow we will have a nice sunny day with a high of 49 and a low of 28. Now let's go into this weekend and into next week. And Saturday will be a pretty nice day, partly cloudy with a high of 50 degrees. On Sunday, it'll be cloudy, and that's when it's going to get pretty windy out. It's going to get a little blustery out there. So it's going to be really windy, and just if you wear a hat, maybe try to secure it really tight because it'll just go flying. And we'll have a high of 53 on that day and a low of 29. And on Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies. Monday with a high of 53 degrees and Tuesday with a high of 41. And then Wednesday is when that snow might be coming in. We have a 40% chance of rain and a 40% chance of snow. So you might get to get your snow boots out on that day. Really exciting stuff. And we will have a high of 38 and a low of 28. It's going to get colder. Hopefully the cold weather keeps up because I'm actually getting pretty excited for winter, and I'm sure you guys are. And back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kyle. This past Saturday, over 350 people took part in the first annual color run that was put on by the Art Club. Participants donated money to run through clouds of powdered paint and continue through the cross-country course set up in advance. Tickets were also given away to runners to win raffle baskets donated by various organizations. All proceeds from the event went to a scholarship giveaway through the foundation. Look for the color run again next year, as this will be an annual event. Kutztown's Pimp My Bod was held last week on November 1st, and Newsbreak's own Diana Minogue was there to check it out.
On Friday night at the Sub, the Association of Campus Events here at Kutztown hosted the Pimp My Bod event that they hold every semester. The night featured several professional hairstylists from Kutztown and the Reading area, providing free haircuts for the students. There were also stations to make your own perfume or body wash, paint your nails, play games, or grab some snacks. Go over it.
Okay.
A lot of students, both male and female, turn out tonight to be painted, primed, and perfumed. For KUTV Newsbreak, I'm Diana Minogue. Now back to the studio.
The We the Youth mural, which occupies the side of a Philadelphia Point Breeze row house, has recently received a makeover. The city's mural arts program's painters worked for months on restoring the 26-year-old mural after it began to crack and become discolored. Originally painted by Keith Haring, the mural was created with the help of children in the late 80s and features signature dancing figures in bright colors. A public dedication for Haring was held this past Saturday. Steinway artist Sandra Rivers held a 3-day residency at Kutztown University from November 3rd to the 5th. Rivers' visit included a lecture on racism and sexism in classical music, a piano masterclass, and a special concert with the Kutztown University Orchestra. The orchestra performance was directed by Timothy Schwartz, who invited talented high school musicians from the Lehigh Valley to join the orchestra for the event. Rivers has performed with many leading soloists of the world and has appeared twice on The Tonight Show. Black comedy A Farce by renowned playwright Peter Schaefer is being performed by KU students under the direction of Professor Roxanne Ricks this week and next week at the Rickenbach Learning Center. The play features a young, starving artist who borrows furniture from a neighbor and attempts to return it, all while the lights have gone out during a cocktail party he is throwing. The New York Daily News has termed black comedy as a dazzling comic ballet. Although one showing has already passed, you can still catch black comedy tonight at 8 p.m. or on November 8th, 14th, and 15th at 8 p.m. each night. Are you going to go see
Good laugh. I'm definitely going to have to check my schedule on that. But first, coming up next in sports, I have some news on women's soccer, football, and a preview on KU wrestling, so stay tuned.
Choose Kutztown University.
I'm Adam, and I have your 3-minute drill on BTL.
Hey, I'm Kara, and I'll be taking you around campus for student interviews on Outside the Lines.
I'm Alyssa, and I'll be rounding up the latest sporting events on Weekend Update.
Hi, my name is Dylan, and I have your top play of the week on BTL.
Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Zoe.
And we're your hosts for halftime.
Hey, I'm Haley.
And I'm Steve.
And we're the hosts of Between the Lines.
Tune in Wednesdays and Thursdays at 7.
And Fridays at noon for all the latest breaking KU sports updates.
And remember, being outside the lines only gets you the scores.
But here in Between the Lines, we get you in the locker room.
And now to the lighter side of things with sports. This past Tuesday, the Kutztown women's soccer team was defeated by Westchester in the PSAC quarterfinals of the playoffs. KU got on the board first when Taylor Higgins scored in the 21st minute and it was assisted by Megan Frailer, who was recently named this week's PSAC Athlete of the Week. Westchester scored 8 minutes later after a bobbled ball by goalkeeper Elena Rakowitz. The Golden Rams scored again off a header on a corner kick in the 33rd minute to take a 2-1 lead at the half. KU failed to score in the second half, losing the game by a score of 2-1. The Golden Bears still have a chance to play this postseason despite the loss. Watch the Division II Women's Soccer Selection Show live on NCAA.com to see if the Bears get a shot to play in the NCAA Atlantic Regionals. Now, are you ready for some wrestling? Because I sure am. The Kutztown University wrestling team is just getting started and will be tempering high expectations this season. KU is coming off an outstanding 2012 campaign where they finished in their best place in school history in the PSAC championships by coming in 5th. The team also picked up its highest NWCA ranking in school history by finishing 7th. This season, KU is ranked 4th in the Super Region 1 preseason rankings, while nationally they are polled at 12th, which is 12 spots higher than their ranking at the end of last season. KU is returning multiple starters, including multiple national qualifiers in Evan Yanilevich, Mitch Volker, Brendan Clark, Giovanni Ortiz, and Ziad Haddad. Haddad highlights the group as he was the lone KU wrestler to earn an All-American bid last season when he finished 4th in nationals. Haddad is the preseason favorite this season at heavyweight and should be the player to watch. KU also has 7 wrestlers ranked in the top 6 in the Super Region 1 rankings, including the aforementioned Yanilevich, Volker, Clark, and along with Matt Martosio, Bo Candelaria, and Arthur Walsh. The Golden Bears just finished up the Terrapin Duels at the University of Maryland last weekend, where they reeled off 2 wins to start the season. They will remain idle until the 17th when they participate in the East Stroudsburg Open, which is an all-day event. And out of football, where the Kutztown University football team will look to reel off its 2nd consecutive game win this coming weekend when they travel to face the Eagles of Lock Haven University on Saturday. The Eagles currently hold a 3-6 record overall with a 2-4 record in the PSAC. The Golden Bears will look to continue their ground game this week as they have run for a scintillating 650 yards and 7 touchdowns over the last 4 weeks. The totals are the highest all season over that span. Josh Luckenball will start his 2nd consecutive game at quarterback this week. Since the change was made, Luckenball has thrown for 476 yards and 5 touchdowns over the last 3 games and has not turned the ball over once. However, he will need to be very vigilant this week as the Eagles boast the 4th highest interception total in the PSAC. However, with a strong running game behind him, Luckenball should be able to continue his stellar play. Kickoff is scheduled at 1 p.m. That's all for sports, and remember to log on to KUBears.com for all the latest in KU athletics.
That's all we have for you tonight. We'll see you again next Tuesday.
For Brady, Kyle, Haley, and the rest of the crew,
Good night.